All hail a beard, it's your boy Big Beard B, and we back for another edition of Big Beard Business. B gang, where you at? Today we are here with a very special video, and shout out to Cam over at Carolina Fragrance Reviews for hitting me up with the tag. But before we hop in today's list, we need to have a conversation. Listen, for a while now, I've been on this journey to make America fresh again, but today we have to turn it up a notch. From today forward, we are setting forth to make the world fresh again, one fragrance at a time. Listen, the truth is, I've been working on something special behind the scenes, and I wanted to announce it today. It's official! We are releasing a fragrance collection. Yes, B-Gang, we are in the building and we are officially releasing a fragrance collection. This is something that I've been wanting to do for a long time now, and a lot of you have showed interest in supporting, so let me tell you all about it. I've had multiple talks and conversations with people over the years about making this thing a reality, but I wanted to make sure we did it in the right way, and as things begin to fall in place this year, this seemed like the perfect time. If you can't tell already, this is a project that I'm super passionate about. This is something that I've spent a lot of long nights and a lot of long early mornings working on just to make sure that we can bring you something epic and amazing, ultimately in the goal of chasing that elusive 10 out of 10 rating. And to do that, I started with my subscribers and those of you who are in the fragrance community. I looked at hundreds, if not thousands of comments within my own videos and those of some of my fragrance reviewing peers to make sure that I start with you in mind. So rest assured, not only have I aimed to ensure that pricing was in consideration, but I also set forth to make sure that the pricing in itself did not compromise the quality of fragrance that you would get. Simply put, this is going to be affordable luxury, and to ensure that this vision was brought to you just as intended, we've commissioned some of the most successful, world-renowned perfumers that the fragrance industry has to offer. And once announced, I'm sure many of you will agree that they are among the best in their field. Let me get a 10 out of 10 down in the comment section if you are rocking with your boy on this. If you're coming along in this fragrance journey, put that 10 out of 10 down below. Listen, I hope to not only meet but exceed your expectations very soon. More to come on that. Now let's get down to this list. Now these fragrances are not in any particular order, but this first one is a freshie. This one is sophisticated, it's clean, it's sexy, and it has a ton of energy. I did an official review on this one, and of course, it got a 10 out of 10. This one is from Chanel, and this one is Chanel Allure Homme Edition Blanche. Chanel Allure Homme Edition Blanche is lemon, bergamot, and vanilla, and this one is an excellent addition to any man's collection. If you like to dress it up or dress it down, this one is sophisticated, it's modern, and it's one that I think many of you out there will enjoy, which is why it's got a 10 out of 10 rating from your boy and has made a number of lists. If you don't have it, check it out, Chanel Allure Homme Edition Blanche. No matter how you personally feel about this next fragrance, its impact in terms of the fragrance world, pop culture, it cannot be denied. This one is from Creed, and this one is Creed Aventis. Now, I gave this one a 10 out of 10 because I found this fragrance to be super nice. Now, over the years, there has been these said formulations and tweaks, etc., and people have tended to move this one off of their list a bit. But if we're talking about fragrances, you can't go on YouTube and not hear about this fragrance and a ton of its clones, and for that alone, this one here gets a 10 out of 10. A masterful scent in my personal opinion, and it's done me well, just as it has many others out there. Super solid scent in my personal opinion. One that I need to re-up on, I keep saying it, but Creed Aventis, 10 out of 10. The next fragrance I'm mentioning today is the newest fragrance in my collection from this list today, and I've been super excited to have it ever since I've got it. I've mentioned this one in a few lists since it's been in my collection, but its impact within my household thus far has been second to none. This one comes from the Turkish brand Nishani, and this one is Ani, okay? This one is like this fruity, candy, sandalwood, everything that you need in the set. I've talked about this one, spraying this one on skin, and the mist is saying, it's taking everything in me not to lick you right now. That in itself is epic, okay? I need a fragrance that is going to do that. And compliments, okay? It gets compliments, it draws you in. I get good staying power out of this scent, so that's something that I need. That's a great point for a 10 out of 10 fragrance. This one is a nice blend of rose, amber, vanilla. Again, you have that sandalwood, and this thing is just blended extremely well. One that I'm super excited to have in the collection, and this was a blind buy for me, and I'm just diving into this house more and more. 10 out of 10, Ani from Nishani. If there's going to be a disagreement on this list, I figured it's going to come with this fragrance here. Personally, I think this one is a 10 out of 10. A lot of you guys and girls out there have reached out and said, yo, B, I picked this one up on your recommendation, and this one is Fugo Fire! Boom, boom, boom. And some of you, well, not so much, but more so like this one than do not like it. So therefore, it still stays solid in my heart today. This one is from Maison Margiela, and this one is obviously by the Fireplace. The name pretty much sums this fragrance up. It smells like you are by a fireplace. This one is burning woods, roasted chestnuts. This one has a slight tinge of sweetness, smoke, wood. This thing here is amazing. I remember picking this thing up from Sephora years, maybe 3.5 years ago at this point, maybe just 3 years ago. Let's say 3 years ago. I went to Sephora, there was a guy there, he looked like bailiwick, and he was like, here's a sample. And then I came back to pick this thing up, man. Super addition to my collection, one that I really enjoy. I recommend this one a ton. This one has a bit different feel to it. This one isn't for everyone. Someone hit me up like, yo, smell like burning wood. That's what it says, all right? So there you have it, man. Replicas, or Maison Margiela Replica Series by the Fireplace. 10 out of 10 in my books. This next fragrance was released in 1995, and in my personal opinion, this one has stood the test of time. Not only is it making my list, but it also made Cam's list, and for good reason in my personal opinion. This fragrance was the first Creed fragrance within my collection. I'm sorry to visit this house twice, but I have to. I originally gave this fragrance a 9, and over the years, this one has bumped up to a 10 out of 10 in my book. So when I first got it, I gave it a 10, but I was in high school. I was like, yeah, it's a 10. I got a little bit older. I'm like, no, it's a 9, and I'm back to a 10. This thing is amazing to me. This one is very different than a lot of fragrances that you will smell out there. Personally, I think only fragrances that I've smelled that smell like this were clones. Nothing pretty close or similar to this one. This one is in a league of its own. This one is bergamot, it's mandarin, spicy green tea, black currant. That's what you really need to know about this fragrance. On my skin, I get good staying power out there. I know that some people complain about the performance, but to me, this thing has done amazing. It works wonders in the terms of compliments. And again, I call this one Mr. Steal Your Wife because the compliments are rolling in. Creed's Silver Mountain Water, 10 out of 10. We're down to the final 2 fragrances, and this next one requires your finest attire. I recently did a full review on this fragrance, and if you haven't checked it out, make sure you do so. This one comes from MFK Mason Francis Kirkjohn, and this one is Grand Soir. Now listen, if you know anything about this fragrance, then you know that this fragrance is super fantastic. This one is benzoin, ladanum, tonka bean, you have vanilla and amber, and this one is just a concoction and explosion of sexiness, okay? If you're looking for a soft, sexy fragrance that you can rock like a boss, as I said, this requires your finest attire, then this is definitely one that you can pull off. Mason Francis Kirkjohn Grand Soir, because who doesn't want a grand epic night? And if you know anything about me, then you know this next fragrance was going to make this list. This one comes from Killian, and this one is Black Phantom. All right, man, Black Phantom is this sweet, warm, spicy, gourmand scent that I just adore. I adore it, and I feel comfortable saying that. When I smell Black Phantom, I instantly fell in love with it. This one, again, is this gourmand fragrance. It's creamy. You have coffee, you have rum, you have vanilla. You also have patchouli, cacao, sandalwood, cedarwood, all of those masterful notes masterfully blended in a fragrance that deserves an epic 10 out of 10. I won't go too crazy on this, as I have a full review that gives you all of the details on this fragrance, as you should check out. So there you have it. There are plenty other 10 out of 10 fragrances out there within my collection and on the market, but I wanted to bring you these fragrances today. Also, I wanted to make sure that you guys are aware that we, B-Gang, we are here. We are dropping a fragrance. It's going down. More information to come. Again, drop that 10 out of 10 down below for your boy. Again, man, this is something that I'm excited to do and bring you guys along on this journey with me because we've been rocking with this for a while, man. We've been in this thing for 3.5 years together. If you just subscribed, you still been in this thing for 3.5 years with your boy, man. So I'm excited to do this. I would love to hear your thoughts about what you think is going on down below. We'll talk about it more, I promise. I promise you, on a quest for that 10 out of 10. Let's get to it. So there you have it. New fragrances on the way from your boy. All right? And those are 10 out of 10 fragrances. As always, I'm your boy, Big BB. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend that we all back again. And you already know what I need you to do. Hit the goddamn